Welcome, Virgo. At Astrologically, we believe the planets do not predict your future, they reveal your true potential. And Virgo, this is your message of divine reassurance. God says the delay was not denial. You, more than anyone, know the weight of waiting. You've carried dreams in your heart while handling everyone else's needs. You've stayed strong for others while silently wondering when it would finally be your turn. You've put in the work, the planning, the intention, the healing. You've aligned your actions with integrity, your words with wisdom, and still there have been seasons of silence, prayers unanswered, doors unopened, efforts that seemed to vanish into the void. But Virgo, the truth is, your season of delay was not the universe ignoring you, it was the divine holding space for what would truly last. You were not being punished for doing things the right way. You were being protected, shaped, refined. Because what is meant for you is too sacred to be rushed, to align to be accessed before its time, and too valuable to be given to a version of you that hadn't yet discovered your full strength. The delays you experienced were divine detours. They rerouted you away from shallow victories and toward deep fulfillment. You were never being denied, you were being delayed so you could grow into the person who could hold the blessing fully. As an earth sign, you carry a natural sense of responsibility, of order, of excellence. But you've also battled with overthinking, with perfectionism, and with the fear that maybe your quiet efforts are going unnoticed. Spirit wants you to know, not a single seed you've sown has been lost. The silent tears, the long nights, the invisible healing, it has all counted, and the fruits of that labor are finally ready to bloom. Virgo, your delay was divine design. It gave you time to clear what was no longer aligned. It helped you recognize where you were settling. It taught you the difference between serving others and abandoning yourself. And now, because you've done that work, you're ready for a season of restoration, of reward, and of realignment. July and the months ahead bring with them a sacred shift. Planetary transits are opening doors in the areas of communication, career, and emotional healing. You'll notice clarity returning, ideas flowing. You'll feel a renewed sense of energy, like the fog is lifting and you can finally move forward without resistance. The plans that felt stuck are finding motion. The people who overlooked your value are realizing what they lost. And the blessings that were delayed are beginning to gather momentum. In love, Virgo, you've experienced your share of heartache. You've given deeply, loved loyally, and often stayed too long hoping someone would rise to meet your level of care. But that season is behind you. You've grown wiser. You no longer confuse potential with partnership. And now, Spirit is aligning you with someone who doesn't require fixing. Someone who values the way your mind works, who finds comfort in your stability, and who chooses you without hesitation. If you're already in a relationship, expect breakthroughs in communication, deeper emotional intimacy, and a sense of renewal. If you're single, expect a divine connection that brings peace, not confusion. A connection that shows you love was never meant to be earned, it was always meant to be received. In your career, the delays have served a higher purpose. You felt overlooked, under-acknowledged, or stagnant in areas where you once poured your heart. But that was only temporary. Spirit was holding back certain outcomes to align you with greater purpose. Now, new doors are opening, not just doors of success, but of significance. You're not just looking for a job anymore, you're stepping into your calling. Expect opportunities that align with your values. Expect clarity about what direction to take next. You may even revisit an old idea or passion and realize now is the right time to bring it to life. Finances are also improving. The discipline you practiced is paying off. The sacrifices you made are bearing fruit. Abundance is coming not in a scattered way, but in a sustainable, steady flow that matches your practical nature. Expect unexpected blessings, financial clarity, and the return of lost resources spiritually. Virgo, you've done a deep cleanse. The delay pulled you inward. It stripped away what was no longer serving you and returned you to the truth of who you are. You've healed core wounds. You've reclaimed your power. You've learned to rest, to release, and to receive. And now, your spiritual alignment is creating magnetic attraction. You're no longer chasing what you once had to beg for. You're attracting what is already in harmony with your vibration. Spirit is saying, you are no longer required to prove your worth. You've always been worthy, and now the world will reflect that truth back to you. Virgo, the waiting taught you that you are whole even in the absence of a perfect outcome. It taught you to be present instead of perfect, It taught you that healing isn't about fixing what's broken, it's about remembering what's already divine. And now, you walk with a quiet power, a confidence that doesn't shout, a peace that doesn't perform, a light that doesn't ask for permission. The delay has done its work and now you're ready. Ready to receive without guilt, ready to expand without fear, ready to believe without limitation. God is saying, I didn't forget you. I was preparing you, and now, the time you thought was lost is being redeemed. The peace you thought you never feel again is returning. The goals you place on hold are calling your name once more. You are no longer stuck. You are no longer in limbo. You are walking through a portal of divine timing where everything starts to make sense. You'll begin to connect the dots. You'll begin to see why certain things didn't work out, and you'll be grateful. Because what's coming now would not have fit the person you used to be. But it fits you now, because now you know who you are. You're no longer seeking perfection. You're choosing purpose. You're no longer hiding your heart, you're honoring it. You're no longer dimming your light, you're stepping fully into your shine. Virgo, God says the delay was never a denial. It was a season of preparation for a blessing that requires all of you, not just the parts you polished for the world. You are enough, just as you are, and everything that's meant for you is making its way to you. Not because you chased it, but because you align with it. So walk forward with grace. Let go of the timelines. Embrace the flow. The delay is over. The reward is near. And this time, you won't have to overthink it. You'll just have to receive it. You are entering a season of restoration, renewal, and release. The universe is working in your favor. Spirit is guiding your every step, and your time, Virgo, is now.